Hello, everybody. This is Carla Lepke, owner of Your Body, Your Way Personal Training, a personal trainer, nutrition coach with precision nutrition, and an A12 coach. I am here with a client of mine, Trevor, who recently completed my A12 program, and we want to do a live testimonial for you because we thought this would be a lot more fun. So welcome, Trevor, to this live testimonial.
Thanks, Carla.
You're welcome. Okay, so let's get straight into it. What were you doing in regards to your health and fitness before deciding to do my A12 program?
Well, prior to the A12 program, I was enrolled with Your Body, Your Way. Started about, I would say, 2 years prior to the A12 program. I was quite obese at the time, high stress level, and not doing really well with my overall health, physically, emotionally, mentally. And I just needed a change. And I remember seeing you, and I just knew at that time this was the journey I needed to go on. The very first couple of weeks, I'd, of course, naturally as a guy, and thinking I knew how to work out properly, and in my late 40s, tried to lift weights when I was 20, and injured my rotator cuff. To the point where I had to go on a alternate weight program to take the weight lifting out of the program for almost a year. So it took just about a full year of proper modified training to heal my shoulder injuries. And we finally got to a point through the workouts through Your Body, Your Way program, I was able to fully recover, of course, with other assistance through what do you call it?
Physiotherapy?
Physiotherapy, thank you.
You're welcome.
Getting to the place where I could actually start weight training properly again.
Yes.
So we started on that journey. Then I think actually Your Body, Your Way really helped me start not only just learning how to properly work out and stuff, but really helped me get to a place where I could start unpacking some of my, I guess I could say, when I was a lot younger, a lot of trauma that I went through, and actually getting the help I needed to start unpacking some of the other layers of issues that was really keeping me in that space of staying fat and really not getting a handle on my overall health. So it was really, I would say, Carla, in our relationship, I was able to start addressing my body and my way holistically. So it was kind of like a really deep dive, and really starting to have a real good look at why am I continuing with the weight, and why am I continuing to keep going back to the old habits and such. And your program really helped me kind of get through that. When I first started working out, I was at about 255 pounds. My waist was at about 42 inches or so. And I just did not like the way I looked. We got through the rehabilitation. We started weight training again, started dealing with a lot of the emotional baggage I was carrying from my younger years and such. It's really important to say that I actually reached out for counseling as well too, and that helped me. Like, that truly helped me get my life back.
Yes, that's important.
It was really important. So I couldn't just do it in one silo. It wasn't about just lifting weights. It wasn't about just doing cardio. It wasn't just about eating right. It was really about taking care of every aspect of my well-being. And Your Body, Your Way helped me find that. Anyway, we fast forward to a couple of years later, really started finding, at one point I lost a bunch of weight right off the hop, but then I started putting it back on again. And then we had some long discussions about that. And anyway, Carla approached me about this program called Amazing 12. And Carla, I think, kind of set me up a little bit, because she gave me a little taste of it and the program, and started kind of telling me about it. And I just felt a real strong calling that, I've got the strength, I've got the proper, form starting to come together. My headspace is a lot better. I'm dealing with my stress. All that stuff was starting to lower down, and it just seemed like the timing was right. So we started. I bought into the program. I jumped in, and I think the biggest thing was you have to pay up front. And so I knew in my head that, okay, if I'm putting this money down, and if you miss 4 classes or more throughout the 12 weeks, you're disqualified. And to me, that was a big incentive. But more so was just the fact that I was being challenged every day to complete my workout. And I really loved that challenge. I had to fit it into my busy work schedule as I travel quite a bit with my work. We have a couple of young children, and life can get in the way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, for sure. But what I realized, it's not so much about life getting in the way; it's like me getting in the way. Mm. So I had to figure out a way to how to get around myself, and this program really challenged me to do that.
So what would you say the pros to this program is, and what were the challenges for you in the program as well?
Right. The pros to this program is that every day you get your workout, you get your sheet, and you get a really rigorous schedule. For me, I like to know exactly what's coming, and once you kind of get through the first few weeks, you know exactly what your workout's going to be looking like, except for the weight level and the amount of cardio. The other pro too is the actual scheduled meal planning. I found that to be extremely helpful to help me regulate my food intake, and it really curbed my appetite. I didn't feel hungry or anything like that, so it was really good.
Okay. Did you feel restricted with the food at all?
No, actually, that was really the really nice thing about it, especially when I got into phase 2. It actually let me eat bacon and all that kind of stuff. And I like protein. I like fatty protein. So the first 3 days, I really loved that. But after that, it was starting to get honestly, it was starting like, okay, enough of that already.
Too much of a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So what would you say some of the struggles are that you had with the program?
I would say probably the biggest struggle was just if I let it get away from me in the morning, or if I didn't carve out my day properly, I would find that I would get stressed out because I'm trying to catch up. Mm-hmm. So if I didn't plan my week out properly, then I'd get in trouble and I'd be struggling for sure.
Okay. So what results did you see in the program?
Right. Well, I remember after the first phase, I remember getting on the scale and going like, what? I only lost 4 pounds or something like that. And you kind of snapped me out of it because I wanted to go right there. You're like, it's not about the pound, it's pounds. It's about how you feel and where's your strength level at and where's your waist level at. So I would say that that was a big thing, is don't get caught up on how much you weigh. Look at the measurements of your waist, your chest, and your strength level, your energy level. Like, it just went through the roof for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would say one of the biggest results on my end as your coach was your shoulder injury. Because even though we had rehabilitated it and got it back to strong, every now and then when we were doing our other type of training, there was still that day or two that would give us kind of some problems. And I think because there was some breaks between some of our trainings, right? And this A12 program is a lot more consistent, but not once did we run into any issues with your shoulder, and your shoulder got stronger and a lot more range of motion.
Right. As a matter of fact, I think I did have one injury, and it was in my lats. It was a lat pull down, and I overextended myself. But because of the training program, the way it was set up, I actually recovered like really quick. It took me less than a week to recover from that strained muscle in my back. And we just modified a bit, but I was still able to keep up with the program. So that for me was a huge success.
That's great. That's awesome. So then, Trevor, if somebody came up to you and asked you what, if they should do this program or they were thinking about it, what would you tell someone?
Well, I would say it's a really good investment in yourself. don't look at it as a cost factor. Look at it as an investment factor. I would say go for it. It's really worth it. It's intensive. It's like really intensive. But my goodness, the results, they're real. Like, you're not doing anything that's unnatural. It's truly amazing. It's truly amazing how quickly the results start coming off, how the muscle starts forming and the strength starts, like, just my strength levels just gone through the roof.
Okay. Now, sometimes with programs or diets, even myself having gone through these things, when you finish them, people tend to gain their weight. They end up not just getting out of routine. So we're now 2 months later, right? Since you've actually finished the official A12 program. And where are you sitting today?
Well, I'm definitely maintaining. I took kind of about 2 or 3 weeks to just recover from that intensive training, but I found that I was developed some pretty strong habits, and I felt like I was missing my workouts. I noticed because the diet, like the meal planning itself, it's not like a restrictive program. It's what you should be typically eating in a day. So it was easy to kind of follow that somewhat, continue that kind of a eating pattern. But more importantly is just for me anyway, is the foundation is there for me to continue working out. I'm kind of almost doing like between 3 and 5 days a week of working out now.
Okay.
And the habits are definitely formed.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Trevor, for this testimonial and all your information. And basically, it sounds like it was a great program that was sustainable for you and maintainable afterwards. So that's great.
Right.
All right.
I would say though, I did say about the weight, like I didn't lose a lot of pounds, but I went from initially telling you I was at about a 42 waist. I'm at a 36 waist now.
Wow.
So quite a bit of weight.
Okay. Yes. And you know what, if you're interested, just look at Trevor's before and after photos that are posted here, and you can see a drastic change. And yeah, the weight and the scale did not change a whole lot. I think in total it was about 10 pounds. And yet 42 to 36 in a pant size. So that's pretty amazing. All right, Trevor. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of this. And I look forward to continuing to work with you.
Yeah. Thanks, Coach.